Hi everybody, my name is Sarah Jo. This week I'm co-hosting music lessons with Carlos. See you!
Welcome everybody to another music lesson webinar with Carlos. Today we will cover different topics such as ear training, contemporary piano styles, improvisation, music theory, chord progressions, and jazz voicings. We also have some new piano tutorials, so stay tuned and let's get started.
Two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's start playing in a slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, and... Again. Now we're going to play the second section. We're going to play the last two lines. 1, 2, 3, and...
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, welcome. Welcome again after a long time. Yeah, no, I haven't been sick or anything, but I distracted myself with other projects. Okay, but today also, the more I do those classes, I want to change kind of the groove or the meaning. One of the things I just want to do, I just want to practice together. Get together with friends and we all are going to play and practice together. So first thing, I want to do this warm-up. I call it open space. We have here 7 spaces. And the main thing is we're going to play 10 notes at random in different points of the keyboard. So just follow me. 10 notes random, middle, anything. 10 notes random, bottom. 10 notes random, top. 10 notes random, middle crossed. Bottom crossed. Top register, cross now left on top of right. And now 2 hands wide apart again. Main thing, 10 notes. 10 fingers, 10 notes at random. Okay, so we're gonna do one more pass. Okay, middle, bottom. Main thing, there just have to be random. Top, middle cross, right hand on top of left. Bottom crossed. Now top cross, left on top of right. And wide apart. And that's it. So now I want to do a bit of a technique warm-up. I was playing with this warm-up here. And let me see if I should have my face here. Yeah, why not? Okay, so instead of playing our scales in 4 octaves, I decided, okay, I just want to play my scale maybe as a 10th or 9th or a 10th. And by doing that, if I avoid the 5th finger, so then what I end up is using all the thumb turns contained in the scale. So to me, that's a lot of fun to be able to do that. And when I was practicing this, I found that my scales are smoother, much smoother. Okay, so why don't we do this? Left hand is going to play pulse on the quarter note. The right hand, we're going to play 8th notes. So here we go. 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 4. 1, 4, 1. And 1, 4, 1. 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 1. Yeah, I always do pulse on the other hand. That always I always work on my hand independence. Yeah, now we're gonna do the same. Yeah, and the right hand is gonna do pulse on the quarter note. And left hand is gonna play the scale. Here we go. 3 and 1, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 1. 1, 2, 1, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 4. Okay, yeah, my hands are already feeling the change. So let's see, what is this beat here? Maybe 68? A bit slower. Yeah, it's the first time we're practicing this together. 62. We're gonna play 4 times. 3 and. See, I'm not using the 5th finger at all. Yeah, to me the 5th finger for the left hand is always a substitute finger to start the scale. Right hand is the substitute finger when we end the scale. Yeah, and we don't use them usually in certain spots because of the thumb turn. It might be a bit uncomfortable, but that's what I want to practice for myself in this case. Yeah, so today we only did C. Yeah, and we're gonna maybe start to warm-ups, yeah, with other keys. Okay, I want to do something else. Let me see. Okay. Okay, there is something here. Okay, good. I want to work with those major 7ths, yeah, and then we're gonna work with a certain pattern. Actually, we have 24 patterns, 24 4-note permutations, yeah, in that we can explore. So how about, I'm gonna use this cycle of minor thirds. And should I bring my face? Why not? Okay, let me see. Okay, how about if I put myself here? Okay, good. So first I want to use this cycle of minor thirds. We're just going to warm up. Yeah, left hand only. Everything is going to be in major 7 in root position. So here we go. C, E flat, G flat, A, D flat, E, G, B flat, D, F, A flat, B, and back to C. Okay, so now we're going to add the first pattern, which is the root 3, 5, 7, do, mi, sol, ti. We're going to play like this. C, E flat. Okay. Yeah, so I find that that's an extremely useful workout when I improvise. I want to develop myself melodically through chord changes. Yeah, so here we go. We're gonna practice together. Number 1, do, mi, sol, ti. We're gonna use this cycle. Maybe I can put my cycle up here, easier to see. Okay, good. Here we go. And do, E flat, G flat, A, D flat, E, flat, D, F, A flat, B, and back to C. Okay, yeah, that was a nice little workout. Okay, I want to do number 3, or let's do number 2 because, okay, and now I want to change cycles. How about if we go to the cycle of major thirds? Yeah, it reminds me a bit of some of the progressions of John Coltrane. Okay, so we're gonna warm up with our left hand first, and then we're gonna do Ti, Sol, Mi, Do, Ti, Sol, Mi, Do, Ti, Sol. Yeah, but first we have to work with our left hand. C, E, A flat, D flat, F, A, D, G flat, B flat, E flat, G, B, and back to C. Okay, so now, so here we go. Pattern number 2 in our cycle is the cycle of a major thirds ascending. And E, A flat, Ti, Sol, Mi, D flat, F, A, D, G flat, B flat, E flat, G, B, and back to C. Okay, good. Yeah, that's a nice note pattern workout with a chords, just basic chords, no tension substitution, just chord tones. Yeah, then eventually when we feel very comfortable, yes, we can start working, we can start working with tension substitutions and maybe a stride and work with that. But yeah, but that would be a bit more advanced. Yeah, right now I just want to get my patterns and my chord tones. Yeah, so easy does it. Okay, what should we do next? Oh, I know what to do. I wanted to work with diets. Okay, diets. Yeah, I think that's a name. Yeah, I've heard it from Jerry Bergonzi, but also I think his teacher used to. Charlie Banacos used that term. Maybe he started, maybe somebody else, who knows. Yeah, but that's how I learned it when I was a student at Berkeley. People were talking about diets. So what we have here, we have this pattern in C. But we're going to apply this pattern to different scales in different keys. Yeah, and let's see if we can do it. So let me center this. Yeah, we have a pattern here. Re, do, mi, re, fa, mi, so, fa, la, sol, ti, la, do, ti, re, do, re, ti, do, la, ti, so, fa, sol, mi, fa, re, mi, do, re, do. Okay. And now, what should we do? I want to work with a Lydian flat 7 scale. Let me get my face back. Whoops. Okay, that's too big. I get myself here. Smaller. Okay, good. Okay, that's it. Lydian flat 7. So we have a do, re, mi, fi, sharp 4, sol, la, te, do. And we can do many things. How about if we just choose a key center? Yeah, so I'm gonna choose where F, B flat, E flat. E flat is nice. So here we go. do, re, mi, fi, sol, la, ti, do. And then we're gonna do the cluster. Remember our cluster technique? That's our secret weapon to be able to visualize all type of scales in all 12 keys in a fraction of a second. If we don't do this, it's gonna take forever. Yeah. So now we're gonna go to our diads. Diads, but now we are in E flat, Lydian flat 7. So let's see. Let's do it. Re, do, mi, re, fi, mi, sol, fi, la, sol, te, la, do, te, re, descending. Te, do, la, te, sol, la, fi, sol, mi, fi. Once more. When I repeat each one twice. And I'm not putting fingerings on purpose. Okay. And I actually prefer to put solfege, movable do solfege, just to be able to see what we're doing instead of fingerings, because in my opinion we have to figure things out on the spot. So it kind of works on our musical intelligence. You know, we're kind of figuring out a certain puzzle on the moment. Whoa, what is the most ergonomic fingerings that we can come up, even if we never have done this practice. Okay, yeah, so now I want to do another scale. Another key, and what key should we do? We are in E flat, A flat. Let's do D flat. Yeah, D flat. Okay, so first we're gonna do our cluster. Do, re, mi, fi, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah, so, and we're gonna have our cluster here. Yeah, and we're gonna stay. Part of the technique is we just press all the notes and we memorize like that old game. Okay, you have 5 seconds to memorize the shape of that painting. Kind of the same, yeah, the same process. Okay, and now we're gonna go back to our diads, but on D flat, Lydian flat 7. Okay. Should I transpose this to every key, every scale? Of course not. Then that defeats the purpose. The purpose is that we just see the pattern maybe in C, and then we have to learn to transpose using movable do solfege, using our ability to project our scale imagery. Yeah. 3 and re, do, mi, re, fi, mi, sol, fi, la, sol, te, do, te, re, descending. Te, do, la, te, sol, la, fi, sol, mi. And again. Descending. Okay, diads, and actually the diads, I'm just using diatonic seconds, but we can use thirds. With thirds we have a combination actually, and also with other intervals. But I think we just have so much to practice just with our very humble diatonic second diads. Okay, what are we gonna do next? I wanna work with voicings. Okay, voicings, and yeah, we don't need my musical board. And we're gonna practice a major 6 ascending. So, and the way that we visualize major 6 is just 4 whole steps. Let me see if I can join the class. Yes, I can join the class. We're gonna use this cycle of fifths. I kind of organize it so it follows in minor keys. Yeah, okay. So in most schools, yeah, they teach intervals in relationship to a key or in relationship to a scale. We're not gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna work with all our intervals as little visual entities, or little, not only visual, because we are gonna create also kinesthetic and auditory memory. Yeah, but those little space, musical space entities, that we're gonna memorize, and we're just gonna see them. Yeah, so if I'm in the key of E, I'm gonna ask you, okay, let's play this voicing. Sharp 9, 3, flat 13, flat 7, maybe A, flat 9, sharp 11, and then a flat 7, no, a root on top. Okay, so even while I was talking to the class, I was visualizing, almost like in Photoshop, in the background, I'm visualizing all my shapes. Okay, was I able to do that when I was a student? Of course not, I had to figure things out. Yeah, so one of the things that I enjoyed practicing, and then I share that with my students, is to work with my ability to virtualize. Yeah, when I say virtualize, to create visual images, body feeling images or memories, auditory images, and then and also give them a meaning. Yeah, so it's not just the feel of that note and this note, but the part of my mind knows that this is a sharp 9. Oops. A sharp 9 in the key of E, 3 in the key of E, flat 13 in the key of E, flat 7 in the key of E. Yeah, so it knows. So that would be more like the cognitive side. So now we're going to practice our minor 6 ascending, always using our cycles. I like to change cycles after every practice. Changing keys, changing cycles, yeah? So that I'm accessing my long-term memory. Yeah, I have to thank my teacher, Ran Blake. He used to emphasize that to me all the time. So here we go. C, G. So it's a little bit like the open space, isn't it? D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, E flat, B flat, F, and C. Actually, it's a lot like the open space workout that we did early on in class. Okay, I want to do one more thing. How about if we do augmented 11ths, and we're going to change our cycle? Yes, we're going to change our cycle to, no. How about this cycle? Okay. In this are, with an augmented interval, I cannot work with one hand. I want to use two hands. So, but nevertheless, when I want to use two hands, I want to be able to expand my visual of the voicings, open them up. Yeah, so. Yeah, I can see like, oh wow, you're writing for orchestra, or now you're writing for your virtual setup. Okay, so instead of just playing a sharp 11 like this, we're gonna play, in this case, an octave in 3 whole steps. So we can say 2 octaves in 3 whole steps, 4 octaves, 5 octaves, 6 octaves, 7 octaves. So I wanna do this movement. Here we go. C, following this cycle. C, A, G flat, E flat, B, A flat, F, D, B flat, G, E, D flat, and back to C. Okay, and also we're going to practice our intervals descending. Yeah, so we can see them going this way, seeing going that way. So one of my students asked me, Carlos, why do I need to see my intervals going, top down? It's because, well, there are many uses. One would be to just harmonize any note. Yeah, and then you're starting to create images of voicings top down, which is extremely useful. So if a random, what notes? We have a D, A flat, B flat, and B. Okay, D, A flat, B flat, and B. So D, what can we do with D? A flat, B flat, what I have is A sharp, and now B. Okay, so how about now my D? Okay, A flat, what can I do with A flat now? Okay, B flat, what should I do with B flat? And how about B? Yeah, and it's endless. Yeah, so because we can train ourselves to see chords top down, not just bottom up. Okay. Now, time to work on the voicing of the day. I just wanted to start again. Simple, very simple. Yeah, we're gonna have a dominant with a flat 9 and a flat 13. Can we see this as a sharp 5 instead of a flat 13? Yes, of course. Actually, somebody asked me that question, so I'm going to answer that question even before anybody asks me that one. Okay. So here we have, let me see. Here I have my altered scale, but it's just the way I'm seeing it. So I can see it as a root, flat 9, sharp 9, 3, flat 5. Then if I have a flat 5, I'm going to have a flat 13, flat 7 root. Yeah, remember, usually my extensions define themselves in relationship to the previous chord tone. So this flat 13 is defining itself in relationship to this flat 5. Okay. Yeah, that's one way that a jazz composer see it. So I have my cluster, yeah, altered scale. Root, flat 9, sharp 9, 3, flat 5, flat 13, flat 7, root. Okay, so that's what you have here, a chord tone, dominant 7, flat 5. And then the extension, dominant 7, flat 13, flat 9. Yeah, so that would be a possibility. Okay, so now we're gonna have our same altered scale, but we're gonna see it in a different way. Instead of seeing this note as a G flat, I'm gonna see that it's a F sharp. Yeah, it's a Fi, it's a sharp 11. So the way when I analyze my chord scales, Do, Ra, Re, Mi, Fi, Si, Te, Do. So now I have a sharp 5. Yeah, now I have a sharp 5. So my chord tone chord for my chord and scale pairing, in this case, wouldn't be a flat 5, but a sharp 5. Yeah, Do, Ra, Re, Mi, Fi, Si, Te, Do. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, so now I want to work with my my altered scale, but I'm gonna see this note is a flat 5, so I'm gonna have a flat 13. Oh, we are gonna work in first inversion, so it's gonna be Mi, Le, Te, Ra. Okay, for this, if I bring my board, it's gonna be very useful. Do, Mi, Te, Okay, check, careful with this board. It's not perfect. Yeah, the algorithm doesn't pick up a lot of enharmonics, and it's going to give us all sort of wrong enharmonics, but that's the best that we can do. At least the notes are there. Okay, G. Mi, Le, Te, Ra. D. Mi, Le, Te, Ra. Yes, let's sing. Yeah, we want to hear everything. A, Mi, Le, Te, Ra. How about if we sing a wrong note? It doesn't matter. As soon as we hear it on the piano, we just adjust. Mi, Le, Te, Ra. B. Mi, Le, Te, Ra. Okay, now we're going to go to F sharp, but I want to go descending. So Ra, Te, Le, Mi. So here we go. Ra, Te, Le, Mi. See, I kind of was a little bit off. C sharp, G sharp, E flat, B flat, F, and then we go back to C. Okay, so there are different ways that we can practice this. One is just, okay, straight. But how about if we do stride? C. Let's practice slowly. C, G, D, A, E, B. So let's try to visualize even before we play F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, E flat, B flat, F, and then back to C. Okay, so that's a wonderful way to practice. I like three modes of practicing. One is left hand root, right hand chord. Then the other one, the stride, like what we just played. And then the third one, I like to play my voicing on my left hand, and then right hand root is melody. Yeah, so that helps me for ensemble playing when I want to play with melody or take a solo. So C, G, D, A, E, B. Yeah, very useful, very useful. I really like to practice this way. Okay, what should we do next? Okay, I know what to do. So, we are going to okay, there is this song that I transcribed the other day. Yeah, I'm a fan, super fan of Sting. Yeah, and I wanted to get the transcription, yeah, but all the transcriptions, everything that I found was more like a commercial piano vocal. There was nothing with the actual chord, the actual comping of the song. I think you can see. Yeah, so here we have, oh, the name of the song, oh my goodness, It's Probably Me. So it's one song when Sting was doing world pop. Well, he still does, but he does so many things, yeah. Okay, so here we have this E. Then we're gonna just have a change of note, 6/9. So we're just gonna go through sections, yeah? So how about in the tempo, it's gonna be like this. Okay, so here we go. A 1, 2, 3, and. Now repeat. Okay, and now we're gonna go here, and this is very interesting. We have some small variations. And we're gonna have an E minor 9. Then letter B. Then very nice nice voicing change. Ba. Okay, very nice work. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to scroll. Yeah, so maybe I can be on time, but at least you can see the notes, and you know that's the most important thing. Okay, so here we go. Letter A. I'm gonna one measure before. 2 and 3. 2, 3 and body. Okay, scrolling up. And C sharp and a 7 flat 5. Okay, and then we go back to our main voicings. Ba. Maybe I think he's playing it in this inversion, I think. Now I'm hearing it better. Ba, da, ba. And then letter D, yeah, it repeats what was before, but there's some small variations. Okay, so we're gonna start in letter C. Let me see. Okay, one moment, where was I? Okay, A minor. Okay, so a couple measures before. And okay, now we're going to letter D. I want to put here a marker. So now we're going to go to letter F. Letter F, we have the same motif. But now in letter G, we have a bridge. Then we have this run. And then we're gonna stop there. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna start right here, letter F. Okay, one measure before. 3 and okay, now letter G, scrolling. Section. One, two, three. Okay. Okay, so now this one is gonna be different. Yeah, so in letter H we have an A minor. B sharp 9, yes, when I use a double sharp. And then our 5 goes into augmented fifth. Yeah, that's what we're gonna play. Okay, so here we go. Letter H. 2, 3, and. now we have a solo section. Yeah, in that solo section, actually, we even can, there is a muted, Harman mute trumpet, yeah, playing solo. And if we want to play a solo here, we have a E minor melodic. I think that's probably the best scale that we can use in that section. Okay, here we go. One measure before. 2, solo, and. Three times. Maybe we can play a bit. Okay, now we're gonna go to letter J. Okay, letter J, and letter J like in the beginning, but then we're gonna see more changes here. So let's just play letter J, and then we're gonna put our attention in the next line. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, different inversion. Okay, letter K. 1, 2, 3. Different chord now. Here we have. Very nice. Okay, and I wanna check this part again. Yeah. Okay, especially second line, we have this A minor. We have measure 67. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 2, C sharp, augmented sharp 9, C major 7, B augmented sharp 9. Yeah, so we have a nice chord progression here. Okay, so we're gonna go back to letter K. Yeah, back to measure 63. One measure before. 3 and 2. Oops. Maybe I put in the wrong place. Okay, maybe it's here. Okay, let's see. Let's hope it's there. 2, 3 and. 2, 3. And what do we have here? Okay, we have a sus chord. Okay, so let's just play it. Yeah, this is straight ahead. 2, 3, E sus. 1, 2, C major 9, E7. Okay, and those are the chords that I wanna check. Letter L. Let me squeeze mine. Okay. Okay, so this is interesting. Yeah, because now we have this B flat 9 with a sharp 11. A13 pa. Then it repeats again. Now sharp 11 on the A. Pa, da, e, da. Very nice. It's a beautiful chord progression. Yeah, so now we're gonna play together with the album. 2, 3, and. And sharp 11. Okay, and I think that was one of the most interesting parts. Okay, so here we go back to the minor major. Yeah, but then at the very end, we're gonna play that voicing with the left hand. We're gonna play almost like a synth string line. So let's check it out. Three and repeat. Okay, now we're gonna change hands. So here we go. Okay, it's such a haunting melody. Yeah, so anyways, I think that's it. Yeah, we covered a lot of material. Yeah, and I'm gonna do my best, yeah, to really organize myself so I can do my weekly class. Yeah, so there's no excuse. I have no excuse. I've been my mind has been all over the place. Okay, but in creative ways, I wrote a lot of music. Yeah, so at least I have that. It's my alibi, it's my excuse. Okay, good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see each other hopefully next week. Thank you for being with me in this live broadcast. We covered a lot of material, and we're gonna continue to do so in our next class. I'll see you next week. Same time, same channel. Until then, have a wonderful week. Practice your instrument every day. Listen and play lots of good music. See you next week.